Hey. So updates. So some good stuff actually has happened. Where do we start? So stop. He wants to talk now. So anyway, so as I mentioned to you guys, the neurosurgeons at University of Penn said, no, we're not going to talk to you. I did make an appointment with the physician assistant, I think that's what they're called, at University of Penn. But I have a feeling I'm gonna cancel it. So that appointment's for not this coming Monday, next Monday. So I think I'm gonna cancel it because, here we go, where am I at? So updates. So I'm now on Lyrica. I think I was on Lyrica last time, sorry, I'm like, my plants are right here. So I'm on Lyrica and I'm on my hydrocodone still. I stopped the gabapentin. I just don't feel it was like working as effectively as it could have been. And also like making me like put on a lot of weight real fast. So that's the medication piece of it. I did acupuncture. I did two tries of acupuncture. I'm not a fan. I canceled my appointments. And here's the thing. So it might work. I guess for me, I don't like, I mean, minus all the tattoos and everything, like I'm not a big fan of the needles. And especially when the needles would go into like certain nerves and like it's like that jumpy, it's just so uncomfortable. So for me, I was thinking, oh, acupuncture is like this spiritual thing. They're gonna put like needles in and like almost like Reiki maybe. I don't know, but for like $130 for me to just to walk in, not real much like my first session, I had a little bit of like chatter with this guy, where he kind of got like some background. But other than that, like, it's like, all right, lay down and I'm just gonna like put needles in spots. And then he left. And I'm like laying there like with needles in my body and like I don't like it, and I had to stay still for like 10-15 minutes, and then he came back and then like flipped me over and put needles in and then walked out. So I guess for me, like I was expecting like I guess like some talking or some like spiritual something, like I don't know. So I did two episodes of it. The second time he put like, I mean, I had a bruise here. I got a bruise on my arm that's still there. The second time, like he put a couple like needles like up in here somewhere when I was like laying on my stomach. And that night, that weekend, like my hand was more numb and like I just didn't like it. So I know it's probably too soon for me to like say whether it worked or didn't work, if it would work if I gave it more tries. But all I know is for like $120 or $30 to drive an hour up there, to lay there still with needles, and that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna do it. So that's done. I haven't been able to connect with the massage therapist that I was seeing a while ago because she has like a big long wait list. But I assume I'm going to eventually sign up for that. What else? So I told you that the neurosurgeons at Penn said, nah, we're not going to talk to you. Then they hooked me up with this physician assistant. I made an appointment. I might cancel it. I just had my EMG done on, today's Sunday, Thursday or Friday. And that came back clear. So here's the message I'm getting. So my original surgeon, my orthopedic surgeon from Rothman, Dr. Victor Shu, looked at my recent MRIs that I had back done in April of this year because I had like that recent flare. So he looked at it, he looked at my moving x-ray and everything, and he's like, Kim, you look good. He's like, your hardware is good, you're stable. I don't recommend any surgery, which is weird because the other surgeon was like, you're gonna need from like your skull to like ass like fused. So hearing this, at first I was like, I want to get more information, blah blah blah. He's like, Kim, we can fuse you, but there's no guarantee, and you're gonna hate me when you wake up. You're gonna be in more pain. So basically what I'm really psychologically trying to understand is my EMG, my nerve test of my left arm and my right arm, shows that I have nerve issue, but they can't say if it's like permanent. Like I don't have carpal tunnel, and basically everything was just normal. So when I was asking the guy that did the EMG, like, well, what does this mean? And like, what next? He basically said that we don't know. Like, generally it's going to be pain management. He's like, we recommend pain management, which is meds. Then you can do physical therapy, There were like 2 or 3 other things that he said, but it was basically just like management through psychotherapy, like cognitive behavioral therapy, biofeedback. He said acupuncture or like yoga, things like that, like exercise and PT. He said that, you know, given the test, he can't account for like why I'm having numbness, some weakness, especially both sides. It's not carpal tunnel. You know, so that kind of sucks. So what I'm kind of gathering that I'm really trying to wrap my head around is, Kim, you're fine. You know, you had major surgery to stabilize your spine. Again, C4 to C7 for those of you that are like new to my channel. Hi, how you doing, loves? So I had C4 to C7 done August of 2020. I had 3 levels, and yeah, that was like it. So what I'm learning is you're going to have episodes, flares is what I think we're calling them. We're going to have flares of pain. And I know everyone keeps giving me recommendations for like other people to like look at and to get consults with. I don't think my fight is over per se, but I'm really trying to believe, which is so hard to do. I'm really trying to believe the doctors, the specialists, the testing, the imaging. I'm really trying to believe it that the damage is controlled. The nerve stuff, which can be super debilitating, there's not real much, I guess, like much more that we can do other than like, again, pain management, stretching, things of that nature. But in terms of like surgery and things like that, I'm not really hearing much evidence to say, go ahead, like let's open up and we can get some stuff taken care of. So after hearing this, I'm trying to, again, like change my vibe, change the attitude with everything, the mindset, which I'm sure you all know is super, super hard to do. But I think it's helping. I think also the Lyrica is helping, which I hate saying because I do want to get off of it, especially if I'm in like just a flare. I want to eventually like test coming off of it again. And just knowing in the back of my head that if I have these flares again in the future, which sounds like I might have, it sounds like I might have these episodes. And I was like, well, what causes them? He's like, could be infection, could be vaccine, could be you stretched the wrong way, could be you laid the wrong way, or you did something to aggravate it. There's no rhyme or reason sometimes. And I think that's the frustrating thing for me is coming from both like a scientific background and what have you, I feel like there's always an answer to something. And I think this whole journey is teaching me that there's not always answers, but sometimes we just kind of have to take the cards that we're dealt and figure out how to play them appropriately so that we still win in this life. And I had a little bit to like drink. Oh, they also said no alcohol. Alcohol exacerbates your pain. But anyway, oh, for anybody that's like in my area, did you see what just happened on 95? Fuck, man. But welcome to the summer. So yeah, you guys are sending me some great messages. Everyone's getting this surgery done. People are holding off on it. I hope I'm a good influence for all of you. A few of you have sent me like emails and you're saying like I have a good personality and you're laughing at my pain, but I know what you mean. I appreciate that. Yeah, so you guys are awesome. Like I really, really appreciate the community that we have. And just like the fact that you guys are checking in. And as I said before, like when I get like new things done or new information, I'm going to share that with you. And right now, the main information I'm getting, despite being disheartening, is the pain, the numbness, a little bit of the weakness. They're not really seeing evidence. And they all say anything related to the hands is going to be to T1. So anywhere from like C1 to T1. The feet being numb, my heels being numb, the shins, they're like, that's coming from below, but because we're not testing that right now, we don't know what that's about. But since I'm not losing bowel or bladder, that's the biggest thing. So it's just about, I think, living with this and pain and doing the pain management, and just re-examining the expectations of what life with metal and severe stenosis and everything else, like it's like really just trying to wrap my brain around like a new reality, and developing new lifestyles. This is kind of my summer where like I'm turning 41 and if I'm gonna be like morbid, like I didn't think, like with everything I had going on and just like family and pain and everything, limitations, it really, really fucked with me, like to the point where I was like, 7/23/23. Like, I want to be done. And luckily I have my cat that kind of like really, really helps with my mental health. And I have a couple really good friends. So it just sucks that like that's where we sometimes go, like when we're in that much pain and we feel like we're not getting answers or we're not being heard. It sucks that we kind of start conceptualizing like this is it and what do we do with it. And it's not about comparing to like people that have it worse, things like that. It's just, it's like this could be my worst, and where I was, it was bad. So I'm trying my best to take the skills that I teach people and, you know, getting the information that you guys send me and just like the well wishes, like really not having such a closed mind to pain. And I'm really doing my best to just use different tools to get through it. And I would say right now, I'm just accepting that the pain meds that I'm on are helping. My attitude, I think, is really helping. I'm not really a whole lot more active. I know that I need to like do yoga and stuff like that, but I think I needed a couple more answers and like a slap in the face to be like, Kim, you're stable. The pain that you're experiencing, despite being debilitating, is not dangerous. And if you have like medical anxiety or like there's things happening in your body and you feel like you're going fucking crazy and people just don't give the answers, I think the thing that's like resonating with me is it's not dangerous. Painful, but not dangerous. And if we can find ways to mitigate the pain as best as possible, we might have to deal with living a life with a certain threshold of pain. But as long as it's not dangerous, that's the biggest thing. So I think this like seeking out more answers and more explanations, I don't know if that's going to get me anywhere. And as I was saying like earlier in this 12 minute video, is not that my fight is done, but I think I have to really listen to the answers that I got. And I don't think that's me giving up, and I don't want anybody to kind of come at me and be like, you need to do more and do this and do that. I've done a lot in the last 3 years, and that hyper focus on the body and the pain, I think sometimes makes the situation worse. And I know this is me saying all of this in a pain managed position. So I'm sure like if my pain flares again, I might be saying something else, and I'm going to be frustrated and crying and angry and wanting answers and solutions. I know that that's the case. But if I'm really reflecting on like my whole 3-year journey, I do have better days than bad days. It's just that the bad days really fucking suck, right? So yeah, so those are the answers. I'm stopping acupuncture. I'm still gonna look into finding a physical therapist that might be out of where I'm capitated. That way I can see if like that can maybe help with like stretching. Also because I am dropping things. According to the EMG, he's not concerned with me saying I'm dropping things, and the testing that he did, he says like, you know, I'm not seeing anything concerning. So I was like, all right, so maybe I just got to do like occupational therapy and like strengthen some muscles, because again, I have not done anything other than like sit at home and like work and maybe some walks every now and again. So I would like to kind of get back to that more physical lifestyle. My, like in terms of 7/23/23, my birthday, something that I'm thinking is my bucket list. Can't do skydiving, and with being on the medicine, I can't do I can't fly in terms of like the pilot stuff. So what I'd like to do this summer is do a hot air balloon ride. I've looked at a couple places. There's like one in Lancaster and a couple places in Jersey. Sometimes you need like somebody to do it with you, but that's what I'm kind of like looking forward to, is getting up in the sky that way and just experiencing it. But the attitude that I have right now is kind of going back to that saying yes to things and wanting to start collecting experiences again, because that's kind of just like my vibe. My spirit is just living, and I think when you go through experiences like this where they tell you like we don't know if you're gonna need a wheelchair or like what, like it kind of wakes you up. And for 3 years I've been like handcuffed and in paralysis and like PTSD experiences to like my couch with so much fear. And like being a therapist, like I know what it does to the psyche and to the body, that I'm really gonna try to embrace this. So me being on Lyrica and the hydrocodone, I'm gonna try the weed. I am gonna try the marijuana because I hear really good things. I gotta stop being a baby and just try it. To see if I can, like, if that's going to be the thing instead of like pharmaceuticals, but who knows. I have no stigma. I have no negative projections about being on medication because again, knowing how bad it was, like, this is tolerable. Like, this is tolerable. Dropping things when I'm like doing my hair and all, like, it's frustrating, but it's the new norm. So dating and everything, so, you know, letting people know what my limitations might be. I did go on a date once and it went well, but then back in April when all this stuff was happening, here's some TMI. I was talking to the guy and I was like explaining like how I was like in pain and I was scared, and this is when I was in the mindset where the one doctor told me I'm gonna need like surgery from like skull to ass, so like that was kind of on my mind. I kind of told him that and he dumped me. He was like, I want to be selfish and I don't want to get involved with somebody that I might at some point have to, you know, take care of, that's going to be dependent on me. So I was like, fuck you. But at least he showed me his true colors and it's whatever. So I'm finding like disclosing to people about some limitations and like how I sometimes get like sore or I can't do certain things. I know you guys were asking like what can I and can't I do. It's definitely like the looking down and looking up, especially like looking down to like shave and stuff like that, that hurts. Some physical activities, some sexual activities, not the best. Can't get, yeah, anyway, so that hurts. But in terms of like everyday movements, yeah, the up and the down is sore, but it's more the side to side. Especially like laying down in bed. If I lay on my one side, the opposite side goes completely numb, and then vice versa. So I'm mostly like laying on my back. Yeah, I think that's it. So I guess this is good news. I guess this is like good information to kind of say I got some more answers. What I do have left is tomorrow is Monday. I'm getting a brain and a neck MRI with and without contrast because my pulsatile tinnitus is so bad. So I'm hoping to just get answers about that, just to kind of see like what is it, you know, and is this going to be like the rest of my life, because it has been getting louder recently and it's a bit annoying. So it just concerns me, and given some history that I have and family history, the doctor also just wants to see what's going on. I got nothing going on in the brain. That would be good news. So yeah, so that's like the only thing other than looking for a physical therapist and pain management. And I think I'm going to cancel that physician assistant down at Penn. I mean, you could say like, why not just go to see if you can get answers? Because I don't know. We'll see. I may or may not go to that. But as of how I'm feeling right now, I feel like I got enough answers. So I think I'm ready to kind of close that chapter and see where 41 takes me. So I hope you've been watching. I hope you enjoy. I'll pop in and say hello, and hopefully any other pop-ins are like the same spirit, the same kind of energy that Pain's managed, and I'm mitigating all of that stuff. But if not, you'll hear about it. I still want to hear like your journey. I want to hear like what you have going on. If you guys have any plans for the summer, if you're looking forward to anything, yeah. And tomorrow or something this week, I'm gonna like repot my plants. Gotten into planting. What the fuck? Anyway, I'm gonna end it here under 20 minutes. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon. From my house to yours. Mwah. Have a good day. Be well, be safe, be good, be smart, and be kind. Bye.